Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Let's see, this is the first time I'm using this encoder. I'm using StreamYard for the first time, so let me know if you guys can hear me. I don't even know how many people are here. I thought there was 2 people waiting. Yeah, if you guys people are here, I thought there was 2 people waiting. If there's anybody, just make sure my mic is working. If it's my mic is hot. Yo, Kilo Dave, what's up? Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me tonight. Looks like there's 11 people. What's up, Abe? Thumbs up. Thank you very much. Cool. So yeah, just gonna give it a few minutes for more people to join. So if folks that are watching this on the review play, just probably skip forward a few minutes before we get started with our presentation. So I thought I'd start trying to do some of this just live, just presenting my information live on a live stream, and it kind of helps me out because I don't have to do a lot of editing. I just kind of present it live over here, and then people could just join me for some chat. All right, we could just join me for some chat, and then I could just present my presentation to you. And then folks that are just watching it at a later time, you could just probably skip forward a few minutes, and then you could watch it as well. So please remember to give me a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel, spreads my channel to more and more people. So I have I'm actually pushing up on almost 3,000 subscribers, man. That is awesome. Like I started this channel like probably 6 months ago. I couldn't even imagine getting up to 1,000 subscribers. Like it's just like it seems like such a huge mountain to climb to get to 1,000 subscribers. It was like I was sitting at like 20 subscribers for the longest time, and then up to 50 subscribers. So it's like incredible that I almost have 3,000 subscribers. So thanks to all you subscribers. Thank you. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing. I do a lot of videos about just what I'm doing today, about Tesla, which is my biggest holding, but also just in general stocks that are in the news and stuff like that. So today our presentation is going to be about Tesla's battery day. So this battery day has been pushed back since I think it was supposed to go on in April, and of course with the whole illness situation, it's been kept on being pushed back, and so now the official date is September, sometime in September. I even forget the official date, but it's going to be in September with their what's up, George? Thank you for joining me tonight. So if you have questions, you could just hold it off to the end, or if you ask a question and I don't answer it, just feel free to put the question in at the end again, and I'll see if I can scan through my chat here, and then I'll try to answer some more questions. But anyways, so yeah, we're going to talk about the battery day news, and this is the first time I'm using this encoder. So now I could share my screen with you. So I'm going to be able to share my presentation on the screen. And so that's what we're going to do. So anyways, battery day is pushed back to September. So Elon Musk has been talking about this battery day, what they're going to do, what they're going to show. He has said that they're going to show basically a cell production line. And so why would he say that? Why would he show a cell production line? I mean, they've been producing Panasonic and LG chem batteries in their facility for the longest time now. So why now did he just say that we're going to show you a cell production line? Because that's what he said, I believe, in the last conference call. So the Tesla factory is basically set into 2 separate facilities. It has the LG Chem and Panasonic batteries. They're basically separated, and Tesla has their own side of the factory. So Panasonic produces the batteries, LG Chem produces the batteries, and they have the finished product that they present to Tesla. Tesla then takes it and takes the battery, and then adds their enclosure, and gets it ready for their vehicles. So now he has said that they're going to show you this cell production line. So obviously it's going to be something new. They had this Panasonic production line for the longest time, before, and he's never showed it to anybody. It was never an issue, never a thing. So now he said they're going to show a cell production line. So that means Joshua Winslow, if not mistaken, Panasonic partners with Tesla. So come battery day, will that stock rise? You mean Panasonic? I mean, Panasonic has been with Tesla for the longest time. So I don't expect it to rise. I mean, everybody knows Panasonic makes cells for Tesla. But anyways, so what is this whole news about the battery? So here is my presentation. Let me see if I could put it on. Let me just address this real quick. Yeah, so Tesla owns Maxwell. So yeah, we're getting ahead of ourselves. So exactly, my whole presentation is about what they're going to announce with Maxwell. So let me see. I'm sorry, I need to get my presentation on the screen. There we go. All right. So hope you guys can see everything on the screen. That's my presentation. We're going to talk about Tesla and the whole acquisition of Maxwell Technologies. Give me a thumbs up if you guys could see the screen well, or do I need to make it bigger? Mofo AF, welcome. No problem. Yeah, you gotta get your workout in, no problem. Kind of small. Let me see if I can make this presentation bigger. If I take it full screen, if that makes it bigger. I'm also checking on my phone to see if that presentation is viewable. It should be a little bit better. All right, so I can't see your chat right now. So if you guys are saying stuff in the chat, I can't see right now because my screen is basically full screen right now. So anyways, Tesla acquires Maxwell Technologies. This was more than a year ago, May of 2019. They officially acquired Maxwell Technologies. So Maxwell Technologies is a small company in San Diego. They were researching supercapacitors, but when they were researching supercapacitors, they stumbled upon a technology where they could manufacture battery cells more efficiently and more cheaply, and it was called dry electrode. So basically, so they wrote an article about this. So this is their dry electrode coating technology, and so in this so the abstract here, Maxwell Technologies has developed a scalable for classical and advanced battery chemistry. Unlike conventional slurry cast wet coated electrodes, Maxwell's DBE, their dry battery electrode, offers significant high loading and produces a thick electrode that allows for high energy density cells without compromising physical properties and electrochemical performance. Maxwell DBEs exhibits better discharge rate. All right, so they stumble upon this technology, dry electrode technology. So this next slide, it shows you this is how batteries are made currently. Lithium ion batteries are made currently. So they use a wet slurry. So in this diagram, they're showing a solvent and a binder being put together, and it's mixed. And so this lithium ion battery is made with this liquid. In this particular slide is showing you the differences between water and this NMP material. So the NMP material is more hazardous, and so whether you use this NMP material or water, it needs to be coated, and then it needs to be dried in the oven. So these ovens are massive, and they obviously use a lot of electricity, a lot of power for these ovens, and they're massive. They take up like a big portion of the factory. So this is how they're currently producing lithium ion batteries, using this wet slurry So what Maxwell Technologies developed was this dry electrode technology, and basically you don't need to use the slurry anymore. If you don't need to use a slurry, number one, you don't need to have these chemicals, and you don't have to have this drying process. So the drying process is, takes up a lot of energy and a lot of space. So if you get rid of this, then you could save a lot of time, effort, and money if you don't need to use a wet slurry. And so that is what Maxwell technology is, and that is why Tesla purchased Maxwell Technologies for this dry electrode technology. And so Maxwell Technologies, they were a publicly traded company, and therefore they had all this presentation available for everybody to see before Tesla, bought them out and basically took everything down from their website. But all of it is still available online, so you could just kind of search this in Maxwell dry electrode technology. So basically, it is a higher energy. The battery is higher and a higher density, so greater than 300 watt hours per kilogram. Demonstrated up to 500 watt hours per kilogram. So it extends battery life up to 2 times, extending battery life up to 2 times. So 2 times. What is Tesla's battery currently today? Even with their current batteries that they're producing today and are in their vehicles today, they're rated anywhere for between 300 and 500,000 miles. So that is how we get that million-mile battery, because this new battery is going to be 2 times the lifespan of the current battery. And again, the current battery is 300 to 500,000 miles. So that is where you get this rumored 1 million mile battery. So that's what it is. 2 times of what Tesla's battery is right now. Cost reduction is going to be reduction up to 20% plus cost reduction for this dry electrode battery versus their wet electrode battery. I kind of explained that because you get rid of a big step in producing these batteries is using a wet slurry. So that is completely eliminated, and so you could just skip that step. It skips a lot of time and a lot of money. So this is Maxwell's technology. So there was a tweet, back when this happened. For reference, on the bottom there, 500 watt hours per kilogram would give the Model 3 approximately a 900 mile range. Just think about that. 900 miles. That's more than any gas vehicle currently. Average gas vehicles gets anywhere from 300 to 400. You mean like a Honda Accord gets about 400 miles currently today in the 2020 Honda Accord. So think about that, 900 miles on one single charge. So this new battery technology would be able to pretty much destroy anything that's on the market right now. So they wouldn't do this, obviously, because nobody needs a 900 mile battery, and that's just wasted battery. So he goes on to say, sure, that's nutty that they're not going to do that. They would just make a smaller pack for cars, and then reduce the price, reduce the cost of the car, and reduce the weight of the car. But why would they need such a huge battery? Obviously not for the Model 3, but they would need it for something else, like the Cybertruck, a bigger, heavier truck, and the Tesla Semi, a bigger, heavier truck. So some benefits of Maxwell's dry battery technology. We're just going to read over the highlight stuff. So Maxwell's dry battery technology might increase energy density by at least 20 to 30%. So if you increase energy density by 20 to 30%, you could essentially eliminate 20 to 30% of the batteries that currently need to be in the vehicle. So that's 20 to 30% less battery, but you have the same energy density. So with this new battery, you're going to have weight reduction, you're going to have cost reduction, but you're not going to lose any of the range. It's going to be the same range. You just remove 20% of the batteries, but you have still the same 20% gain by this new battery technology. Number 2, consumers could see an increase in charging speed. So you're going to be able to charge faster. Right now it probably takes anywhere from 30 minutes probably on a level 3 supercharger. anywhere from 30 to maybe 40, 45 minutes. So you could reduce that time into probably 15, 20 minutes for a charge on a level 3 supercharger. And number 3, building battery packs would be cheaper. So like I said before, yeah, you're gonna reduce a lot of cost by using this dry battery technology. So again, which one of their vehicles do they need this battery? They need a massive amount of batteries, but they don't want extra weight. The Tesla Semi, Tesla Cybertruck, the Roadster. These are the batteries these are the new batteries that's going to go into their next generation vehicles and their big heavyweight vehicles. So Elon Musk in the beginning of June had this email. It was a leaked email, and so it's out on the internet everywhere. So it's time to go all out and bring the Tesla Semi to volume production. It's been in limited production so far, which allowed us to improve many aspects of the design. Production of the battery and powertrain would take place at Giga, Nevada, with most of the other work probably occurring in other states. Jerome and I are very excited to work with you to bring this amazing product to market. So this was just in June that this email leaked. And when I say leaked, Elon Musk knows that this email is going to get out to the press. So in a way, he just sends these emails, and I mean, it's not like they're trying to hide this from anybody. Everybody knows and could kind of draw these conclusions. So why right now do they release this? Are they starting production of the semi truck? Well, number one is because there's more competition coming. They see competition coming in quote unquote Nikola, if that is true competition. But there's people starting to get into this space, getting into the trucking space, getting into building pickup trucks and whatnot. So that kind of once they want to speed things up, but also they needed the batteries. They need the batteries for their Model 3 ramp up, for their Model Y. They did not have enough batteries, so they're not going to stick all the batteries that they could produce into a semi truck and then not have enough batteries for their Model 3 ramp, for their Model Y ramp. So that's why they never moved forward with the Tesla Semi, because they were battery constrained, and that's the only thing. But now with this new battery technology, they're going to be able to cut 20 to 30% of the batteries that they need for their other vehicles, and they're gonna have a lot more batteries, and that's going to solve their battery constraint. So it's going to go into their Plaid Model S. Their highest of high ends, of course, is going to get this new battery. It's going to go into the Roadster. The Roadster, look at this, 620-mile range. They can't get 620-mile range on their current battery. They're pushing 400. I think it's 402 miles on the longest range Model S right now. The Model S, that's their top vehicle that could push the furthest range, and that's 402 miles EPA tested. So now we're looking at 620 miles on the Roadster. How did they get that number? Definitely not with their current battery, right? They had to get that number because they already knew they had this battery in the works. They knew that they could get 620 miles, and Tesla always understates their numbers. 620 miles is probably closer to 650 miles. That is with their new Maxwell Technology battery. So that is what I am thinking, and everything just adds up. And by the way, look at this thing. Damn, this car is hot. I mean, you just look at it and you know that thing's fast. So anyways, so let's move on. So currently Tesla's battery costs have declined from around $230 per kilowatt hour in 2016 down to $127 per kilowatt hour in 2019. So that is 2019. Now, Electric had this article out. $100 per kilowatt hour has been described as the target price for batteries to enable electric vehicles to reach a price parity with gasoline vehicles without subsidies. If combined with mass production, it's considered the holy grail of EV adoption. since it would enable high volume production and relatively affordable and high margin electric vehicles. So that is what it is. $100 is the magic number, the holy grail. So in 2019, they got up to $127. In 2020, if you look at that graph on the left, they got it down to $114 per kilowatt hours. So $114 for per kilowatt hour. And with this new battery technology, that is where they're going to get it under $100 per kilowatt hour. And so that is game over. That is the time when you look at a Tesla vehicle and you look at a gas vehicle for the same exact price. Which one are you going to buy? That's what it's going to come down to. When Tesla releases this battery and they bring down the cost to be comparable to a gasoline vehicle, it's going to be game over. The only reason a lot of people don't buy Tesla is because it's too expensive. That's basically the reason. That's probably like 80 to 90% of the reason. Other reasons might be they're just afraid of the range, right? But most of the reason is it's just too expensive. I mean, even the Model 3 starts at about 38, 39. If you add some accessories, you're looking at a $40,000 vehicle. So when you could get the battery down to on par with gasoline vehicles, that's when it's going to be game over. All right, so Tesla has these job postings out. Material batteries module engineer. So that is just more evidence that Tesla is looking to have their own battery cell production line. They're gonna still have Panasonic and LG Chem batteries, but but on their high-end vehicles, on their Plaid Model S, on their Roadster, on their Cybertruck, on their Semi, they're going to be using their own battery that they have from Maxwell Technologies. And that's why they're hiring materials and engineers for the battery cell production line. So guys, that is my full presentation about Tesla's battery and what it's all about, what they're going to announce on Battery Day. So that's my presentation. So what also leads into the million-mile battery. Why do you need a million miles? Because right now you have about 300 to 500 miles on their current battery. So why bump it up to a million? Well, number one is just to bring the cost down. Like I said, you want to bring the cost down so people are going to choose a Tesla before they choose any gasoline vehicle. Number one. Number two is the whole robo-taxi. People are going to be able to basically loan out your vehicle, become part of the robo-taxi network, and just collect money. When you are at work, when you're at sleeping or whatever, your vehicle, when self-driving comes out, is going to be able to go out and essentially be an Uber, pick up people, drop them off, pick up people, drop them off. When you do that, your vehicle is going to have probably 50, if it's like a full-time thing, your vehicle is probably going to have 50,000 miles, 40,000 miles a year. Average driving Americans have roughly 15 to 20,000 miles per year. Now, if you're adding on additional miles because you want to do a robo-taxi network and just collect revenue, your vehicle is going to get, like I said, 40, 50, 60,000 miles per year. That is going to wear out your battery. The most expensive part about your vehicle, the most valuable part about the Tesla is the battery. So people aren't going to be willing to do the robo-taxi network if you only have maybe 300 to 500 mile range on your battery before that battery is probably due for a replacement. So people aren't going to waste that battery. But now if you have a battery that is up to 1 million miles, you're never going to use up that battery in your lifetime. The vehicle will break down before that battery breaks down. And so that's why this million-mile battery is going to change the game. People are going to be able to loan out their vehicles to be part of the robo-taxi network if this battery can be up to 1 million miles. So, guys, that's my full presentation about what Battery Day is all about. They're gonna show people the whole cell production line of Maxwell's battery technology. They're gonna announce this million mile battery, this dry electrode technology that they acquired from Maxwell last year. Uh, I predict that they're going to announce that it's going to be in the Plaid Model S. They might talk about it being in the semi truck and the Roadster, but that just makes sense. It just makes sense that this next generation battery is going to be in their next generation high end vehicles. So, guys, that's my presentation. I'm going to look through the chat and see if I could answer some questions. So, anyways, thanks for joining me, guys. Doesn't Tesla own Maxwell? So yep. So Mr. Hurta, 88. That's right. So Maxwell is going to have their technology finally debuted since they were bought out by Tesla last year. Joshua Winslow, by when should these Tesla gigafactories be complete? I saw some pictures earlier today speaking on the growth of the factories. Yeah, so Tesla Shanghai, I think they're building out phase 2 right now. Phase 2 is going to be just Model Y production. Phase 1 was done in like 10 months, and that's where they're producing all their Model 3s in Shanghai. The next phase, they're going to build out Model Y for Shanghai for their gigafactory in Austin. I didn't see any official date, but Tesla is building factories faster and faster. So I would say that they could complete Gigafactory Austin in probably 10 to 11 months, and that would meet their timeline because they are looking to release that Cybertruck at the end of 2021. So in order to meet that deadline, they really need to get that Gigafactory Austin complete in pretty much 10 to 11 months and start producing Tesla Cybertrucks out of Austin. As far as their European factory in Berlin, they're already putting up pillars and so they have this whole production where basically everything is pre-manufactured and they just put up the walls. It's like a Lego set. Everything is already manufactured, and then they ship it to the site, and they just basically put up the walls and secure everything. So I think it's moving pretty fast. So yeah, they're gonna have they're basically expanding 3 factories on 3 separate continents at the same time. That's just unbelievable how much they're doing. So let me scroll down some more chat. All right, Dan Low 350. Thanks for the question. Why is Tesla stuck at 1500? No movement for almost a month. What's the next move? So I'm personally surprised that they're stuck at basically they're stuck at between 14 and 1500. I say, and yeah, it's been probably 3 weeks that they've been at this number, and I'm surprised. I thought they were going to probably drop down to 12, maybe $1,000. Because there's a lot of people that bought at 800, 900, and up to at $1,000, and for that thing to shoot up to 1,500, 1,600, I thought for sure a lot of people were going to take profits, but apparently nobody's been taking profits, and that's why the stock has no movement. I'm sorry, I just realized. Let me get rid of my. There we go. Let's go full screen there. So yeah, so I'm surprised that people didn't take profits, and so it's been at this $1,500 price for the longest time, and actually that's a pretty good sign for Tesla investors because it shows that Tesla is holding strong at 1,500, because I thought it was going to go down to $1,200, $1,000 before any more news comes out. So what is the news cycle? So it takes news for Tesla stock to move, well, for any stock to move, right? Takes some type of news. And really, there's no news that has been out in the last 2 to 3 weeks. The last news was Tesla beating their expectations and posted a profit. That was the last news, and that was basically 2 to 3 weeks ago. Next news is announcement of S&P 500 inclusion. So S&P 500 committee, they meet monthly. They meet monthly to have have a discussion, and so nobody knows when that monthly date is. I did read a rumor that it is sometime in September that they will meet, but it just takes time for them to come to a conclusion, because it's not like they just accept Tesla into the S&P 500. They have to kick people out in order to make room for Tesla. And since Tesla is such a huge market cap, they're going to have to kick out more than one company to make room for Tesla. So those discussions have to happen. Who are they going to kick out, and who are they going to basically kick out to make room for Tesla? So that's the next news cycle. After that, obviously, it's going to be Battery Day. I just presented you the information on Battery Day. Look, 20%, 10 to 20%, if not more, cost reduction of their battery. Tesla is now just with this battery technology is going to be worth at least 20% more. All their vehicles are going to have at least 20% more energy capacity, and therefore they can lose 20% of their old batteries. So just think about this news cycle that's going to continue on. Also, the Plaid Model S is going to be announced later on this year. So a lot of news is going to come out, and that's going to help the stock move up and up. I still predict if S&P is announced anytime it's announced, whether it is in August, and I'm hoping it's in August, I still believe that Tesla could be hitting up to $2,400 a share. So thanks for the question. Joshua on Workhorse. Let's see. What are the chances of their deal of buying out delivery trucks getting approved? I don't know what exactly you mean buying out delivery trucks. I'm thinking you're talking about the United States Postal Service contract, because that's the only news that I know about. And so that is supposed to happen, I'm guessing, at the end of September. Why at the end of September? Basically because that contract, they have to award it by the end of September, because that is the deadline. If they don't, I don't know if they can file an extension, United States Postal Service, if they can file an extension, or they have to scrap it and just start from scratch. I'm not sure, but they have $8 billion earmarked for this contract. So they have to award it to somebody. If they don't award it, I don't know if they have to start the whole process over again or whatnot. But end of September, that is when they should be announcing it, because that is when that contract expires. Let me see. Tom Bangs, thanks for the question. If you evaluate the 4-hour chart on Tesla, you'll see that it's consolidating. Most stocks do this before dipping or rocketing. You can see it right before $17.99 earlier this month. Yeah, so the chart does show consolidation, and so basically the stock is getting squeezed. Basically, all the buyers and all the sellers are getting to a point where there's not much room. So the sellers don't want to sell below whatever it is. Let's just say 1,500, and the buyers don't want to buy higher than 1,490, and so it's just getting squeezed and squeezed and squeezed. And so when that happens, typically the stock is going to either burst up or it's going to crash down. And so I'm thinking that it's going to burst up, because the news cycle, as soon as S&P news comes out, as soon as Battery Day comes out, as soon as they officially say that, hey, we have this Maxwell cell technology that we're releasing, we're going to be able to drop cost of batteries by up to 20% or more, that stock is going to skyrocket off of that news. So I'm predicting that it's going to pop up, it's going to break up. All right, let's read some Full Tilt Boogie, man. What's up? Welcome to the chat. Thanks for joining me. Let's see. What do you say? When do you think Elon will ramp up solar energy manufacturing to the world? Yeah, so solar energy has been taking a back seat. Obviously, with the whole illness 19 situation, getting people out there to survey the roof, to meet with customers, to talk about installation. That has taken a back seat. So that's basically why their solar production has been down. I think as soon as we get on the other side of this illness 19, that's going to ramp back up. Also, a lot of people like me, for instance, I wanted to get solar, but I didn't see a point in getting solar, at least where I live. Number one, because electricity is cheap where I live. I'm in Texas, so electricity is cheap down here. It's not like in California or New York where electricity is like 20, 30 cents per kilowatt. I'm paying like I think 13 cents or something, 11 or 13 cents. So it's cheap for me. So it doesn't make sense for me to get solar, because if I get solar and I overproduce, my solar gets fed into the grid. So you know and my energy company pays me for it, but they pay me at like such a low rate. I think they probably pay like 1 or 2 cents, maybe 2 cents per kilowatt hour that I overproduce and I give back to the grid. I get 2 cents, maybe 3 cents for that. But when I use electricity, I have to pay like 11, 13 cents. So it doesn't make sense. Why would I purchase solar system, and if I overproduce, I feed it back to the grid for pennies. And if I have to buy electricity, I have to buy it for 13 cents. It doesn't make sense. I want to store my energy. I want to get a Tesla Powerwall and store my energy, and therefore when I need it, I don't have to pay my energy utility 11, 13 cents for that energy. I could just use the energy that I produced. So that's why I would want to wait and get a battery, a Tesla Powerwall. And so Powerwalls are way, way expensive. It's like $8,000-9,000 for a single Powerwall right now. So this all feeds into this bringing down the cost of Tesla's battery. As soon as they could bring down the cost, and I think they already have, they just haven't announced it with their Maxwell dry electrode battery. As soon as they bring down the cost of batteries, you're going to see Powerwalls probably drop 10-20%, and then that's a game changer. If you could make your own power and then store your own power, that's when I'm really interested in solar. So as far as manufacturing to the world, they're already doing mega packs in Australia, and so they also have filed to be a energy provider in the UK. So they are moving to the solar and energy side of their business, expanding that out. How long it's going to take, I'm not sure about that. All right, I have 56 people in here. Let's go a few more questions. Well, let's see. Scroll down my chat list. My chat is a little laggy, so like when you post a chat, I don't see it until like 30 seconds to a minute later. So if I missed your question, you could just feel free to add it again. See if it pops up. Just 935. Do you think Tesla will do a split like Apple? Yeah. So I put a video out on the Tesla split. Check out that video if you haven't. But basically, I think Tesla will probably do a split, only because it will bring more investors into Tesla stock, because even though in the States, I'm in Texas, and pretty much every single broker in the States, you could get fractional shares. And so in the States, to me, it doesn't matter, because if I want to buy $20 worth of Tesla, $100 worth of Tesla, that I just buy it. I just buy a fraction of a share. So it doesn't matter to me. So I could buy it on Robinhood, on Fidelity, on anything, on pretty much any platform I use. But a lot of international folks, they don't have fractional shares yet. And so they will have to spend $1,400-1,500 just to get one share of Tesla. And so a lot of those people can't afford or don't want to shell out that much money for one share. And so a lot of international folks, they're going to benefit if Tesla does a stock split. And I mentioned in my video that if they do a stock split, I think they should do a 10-to-1 stock split because 10 is just a nice round number. You just have to move the decimal over. So it's just easy for accounting. And also at Tesla's current stock price was around 1,400. If they do a 10-to-1 stock split, it'll bring their stock price down to about $140. So that's in that $100 range. And so $100 is just like a mental thing. It's like, oh, it's not really expensive, but it's not like really cheap either. It's just that psychological thing, and that's what Apple is doing. It's that psychological thing that people are more willing to buy if it's at that $100 range. So if they do a stock split, I think it will be at that 10-for-1 stock split. So it will bring the price down from 14-ish to 140. And so basically, if you have 1 share of Tesla, you will now have 10 shares of Tesla, but at a reduced price. Okay, let me just answer a few more questions. Thank you for joining me, guys, by the way. So I really appreciate you guys joining me for the chat. Give me a thumbs up if you haven't yet already. Consider subscribing if you haven't yet already. For the people that are watching this at a later time, after recording, consider subscribing, give a thumbs up. If you want to just watch the presentation about Battery Day, I think I started about the 5-minute mark, and then it ended about the probably 30 minute mark. So that is my presentation. All right, guys, let's see. Jim Jones, do you think Tesla will go any lower, and is now still a good time to buy? So honestly, like I said before, I'm surprised it didn't go any lower. It's been almost 3 to 4 weeks now, and it has been really stable. And Tesla stock stable, those words don't really come together much. So being at 1,400 for almost a month now, that's very surprising. I thought it would go down. So with that in mind, I don't think it's going to go down because it is now in the beginning of August. We're expecting to hear something about S&P 500. I think in the month of August. Who knows when in the month of August? I think it's going to be sometime in the month of August. When that happens, the stock's not going to go down. When that happens, the stock's going to go up. Then it's September. You have Battery Day. They're going to talk about pretty much my presentation that I gave 15-20 minutes ago. After that announcement, the stock is not going to go down. So my opinion is, if the stock has not gone down between their Q2 announcement and up to today, I don't think it's going to go down. So that's just my opinion. Do your own research, do your own due diligence. That's my opinion. If you are considering holding this for 3 to 5 years, I don't think you're going to lose money if you hold it for 3 to 5 years. Now, if you want to buy it and hold it for 2 months, hold it for 3 months, that you might lose money on that. Yeah, see, wide open change. Thanks for the comment. It's not going down too much institutional buying. Yeah, I mean, all these S&P 500 companies, they're buying. They're probably buying right now. They're buying slowly. Like, if they buy too much at one time, that's when the stock price is going to go up. So they buy a little at a time, and so that's why that's why it's not going down and it's staying stable, because a lot of S&P 500 companies, our funds are probably buying right now, even without the official announcement. They're buying, and that's why the stock is stable, and that's why the stock's not going down. Let's see. Wide open change. Plus they're keeping it in one place to watch out the calls and puts from earnings. Yeah, I agree. All right, guys. Thank you, guys. I'm just scrolling through the chat to see if I missed any good chats. Thank you guys for joining me tonight, spending some time with me. Again, if you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing. I'm going to be doing a short shorts giveaway, Tesla short shorts giveaway. My channel was just monetized not too long ago, and so I'm just giving back, spreading the love. As soon as I get those shorts in, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. I'll be doing a drawing. So you have to be a subscriber, and I'll probably do a go down my comments on a particular video that I'm going to release in the future, and whoever is the whatever number, I'm going to do like a random number generator, whatever number that the generator generates and corresponds to that number of comment, that will be the winner for the Tesla shorts. If you don't want Tesla shorts, I'll be giving away a Amazon gift card for $69 and $4.20 just to keep it in line with Tesla shorts. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't yet already. I'll just take one more question and I'm going to end this up. We're at 45 minutes. All right, so let's see. Joshua Wenzel, what do you think about Elon Musk saying that he drives to and from work with self-driving? He has also said that self-driving can go public by the end of the year. Yeah, so Elon Musk said in his conference call, basically he's driving the alpha build of self-driving. So that is the latest hardware and the latest software. So the self-driving software was completely written. The code was completely rewritten. And so the build that pretty much everyone has, the consumer version, is the old code. And so the new code, nobody has this yet. Only select engineers from Tesla have it. And in this new build, Elon Musk has said he is able to have it completely full self-drive, basically to and from work, through construction sites, through everything. He said, like, I don't know if he gave a percentage, but he said the majority of the time it will do it 100% by itself without any intervention. And so he said that he predicts by the end of this year, by the end of 2020, full self-driving would be available, and it will be feature complete. So feature complete, what he means is that it is capable of driving you from point A to point B without any intervention. Not that it'll do it every single time, but is capable of doing it more often than it can't do it, basically. So after that is just going to be basically getting regulators approval to be able to release this out to the public, and basically it's going to be, he calls it the March of Nines. Like, just how safe do you want it to get? Because it's going to be already 99%. So it's going to have to be 99.9999999 because you're never going to get to 100%. So that's what he's calling the March of Nines. And basically he sees that happening by maybe not 99% by the end of the year, but at least feature complete by the end of the year. And then moving forward from there is going to be the March of Nines. How many nines after the 99%, does it have to have safe? Does it have to be for regulators to approve of it for the public? Let's see. Yeah. I was going to wrap this up. Sorry, I just answer a couple more questions. Willie McCoy, thanks for joining me. Hey, friend, I'm new to trading. I have 8,000 in shares. Is that 8,000 shares or $8,000? Plan to hold. Thanks for the good info. Man, I mean, if you have 8,000 shares, you probably mean $8,000, because if you have 8,000 shares in Tesla, you are rolling in the dough for sure. So yeah, I'm guessing you have $8,000, and so that's good. That's good also. So good luck to you. Stay tuned to my channel. I do a lot of updates about Tesla and Tesla stock. So welcome and congratulations on your $8,000 in Tesla stock. I think it's going to do well. All right, last question, Mr. Huerta. I hope I'm saying your name right. What's the difference between the home Tesla charger at home at costs $8K and the mobile portable charger that cheaper? Why would you pay $8K? What home charger? I mean, so I don't know what charger is $8,000. What's the difference between the Tesla charger at cost $8K, and the mobile portable charger, why would you pay $8K? Sorry, man, I'm not sure what charger costs $8,000. I mean, Tesla has a charger that costs, I think, like $500 to $800, and that is you could have that installed in your house, and it's a much faster charger, but that's definitely not $8,000. So sorry, I'm not sure what's the $8,000 is. All right, guys, it's rolling up on 50 minutes, so thank you guys for joining me. We have 61 viewers in this. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for subscribing. Consider giving me a thumbs up. Really helps out the channel. This is all about Tesla's battery day. If you have missed what I said about the presentation, I put my presentation on screen, basically all the information about what I think they're going to announce on battery day. So scroll back down. I think I started at the 5-minute mark, and I ended about the 20 or 30-minute mark. So in between, that is their presentation on what I think is going to happen on battery day. So check that out. Thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing. Give me a thumbs up. Catch you in the next one. Peace.